Hi guys, so today we're going to discuss how to train the shoulders. So shoulders, very prominent muscle. Most bodybuilders, you've been seeing your role models training shoulders with prime movements as front raises, lateral raises, presses. So there are two major components how we train shoulders. One is heavy pressing, horizontal pressing, vertical pressing. That is the military press, or shoulder press. Heavy pressing trains the shoulders indirectly because those are compound movements. They involve a lot of different muscles. So how do we isolate the shoulders? How do we put in more growth factors, more blood into the shoulders, and more burn, more damage to the muscle tissues to grow them better and make them healthier as well. So very quickly, the function of the shoulder is to raise the arms in front, on the sides, obviously from front to back, and internal externally rotate, along with flexing the entire arm and extending, bringing the arm back. Usually with the full extension and full flexion, full extension, you kind of, this is kind of a Y raise which we usually do, and that works the lower traps, the upper back musculature. The extension, which again in the YTW and A or I that we do, extends the shoulder, the entire arm, which again trains the upper back. Here we are not looking to train the upper back, we are only training the shoulders. So to start off, as I mentioned, front raises, it works the front part of the delt. Lateral raises, you can see here, side raises works the capping or the middle part of the delt or the shoulder, and the rear delts, which is probably going to do a rear delt fly, is the back portion of the shoulders. This one. So these are the three components, and most people only know these three components. However, there is a very important fourth component to the entire shoulder girdle, and that complex is complete with internal and external rotation. So how does this help? What muscle does this work? Usually when someone is pressing heavy regularly, someone is doing push-ups or doing all the stuff which involves a lot of pushing, naturally the fascia or the tissue becomes rigid and develops all over the shoulder complex. So this area, the front part of the shoulder, the pec minor, is very tight, along with the back of the shoulder and the lat area here. So if you try, and of course adding to that, most of the people who are not conscious of it don't have access to the stabilizing muscles, the rotator cuff. So they just keep on pushing with not much of pulling volume, the rows, and obviously not conscious of the shoulder training that they are doing, and that is why they get injuries. If your stabilizers are not firing when you are pressing heavy, or when you are pushing, or when you do all sort of stuff, the stabilizers regulate your movements, regulate your body, so that you don't get injured and you execute the movements properly. Internal and external rotation will work your rotator cuff as scapula stabilizers. So all in all, you have the entire shoulder complex covered. You have front raises covers the front part of the delt of the shoulder. You have lateral raises, you covering the sides. You have rear delts, you covering the back, and you have external internal rotation covers the health of the shoulder. To be very simple, So how do we program this? We do all these four movements in a circuit fashion. We do front raise. Probably we start with the way most complex, the internal external rotation. We start with the internal external rotation. We do the rear delts, because shoulder health is the most important thing. Because of these small movements, we are going to press heavier weights and build more strength. So external internal rotation followed by rear delts, followed by lateral or side delts, and lastly as a front delt. No such rule of the thumb, I just go whatever is the most complex to the easiest one. You can try any variation, any any sort of a structure in the complex, and see how it works. Look for the burn, because see, heavy pressing is loading your muscle with that compound movement and building the strength. But if you want more growth, more shoulder health, and want your shoulders to assist you in your other compound movements and other stuff that you do, you need to make them grow. You need full potential to be realized there. So along with the heavy pressing, we do this shoulder workout as a separate, or maybe later that day. It's a high rep burn circuit, so we probably just do 2 rounds of these 4 movements, and with very light weight we go as high as 50 reps, and with very it's a moderate sort of a moderate weight with the external internal rotation is just 10 pounds probably. So with that we go around 8 to 10 reps, and we just go back to back. Whatever is feeling easy for you, do more reps. For example, front raises feel very easy, so we go as high as 60 reps with the mini band. Do that. So go for the burn. Feel that burn. Feel that little tinge of pain that is there. It's a very good feeling and great for growth of the muscles. Great for building that lactic acid and that growth hormone into the muscle. Try this sort of a workout. Always remember the rotation part, and let me know how it works.